We are getting new insight into what may have caused a husband and father of two to drive his car over Devil's Slide Cliff in January. His family was in the car with him. Everyone survived, but Dr. Dharmesh Patel is jailed on 3 counts of attempted murder. KTVU South Bay reporter Jesse Gary at the courthouse now in Redwood City, where new documents were unsealed today. Jesse, what can you tell us about them?
Julie, the 90-day seal on statements and evidence from the January crash just expired. Inside, evidence that could either exonerate or convict Dr. Patel on 3 counts of murder. The mystery surrounding how a Tesla with a family of 4 inside went over the Devil's Slide Cliff could become more clear. This after Judge Stephanie Garrett's general seal order on evidence expired.
It was our investigators who prepared the documents and submitted them to the court for to get the warrants and to be able to do the searches.
The 15-page document says Dharmesh Patel, with his wife Bubna and their 2 children, were driving from Belmont home to Southern California. Shortly after exiting the Tom Lantos Tunnel on Highway 1, their 2021 Tesla Model Y, with Patel behind the wheel, veered onto the dirt shoulder, then over the cliff and down 330 feet to the rocks below.
We come out here, unfortunately, all too often for things like this, and this was nothing short of a miracle today that they survived.
During interviews directly after the crash, Bubna repeatedly told rescuers her husband did it on purpose and her husband needs a psych evaluation. And then, when being airlifted from the rocks, court documents reveal she said, "He drove off. He's depressed. He's a doctor. He said he was going to drive off the cliff. He purposely drove off."
We're not saying what ought to happen to her husband. We just want to hold him accountable for what he did.
Patel has pleaded not guilty to 3 counts of attempted murder. Also in the documents, he told investigators prior to the crash he had stopped at 3 gas stations along the way to put air in his left rear tire due to a sensor warning. He moved the Tesla onto the dirt path to check the tire air pressure and somehow went over the edge.
Dr. Patel's defense team is going to characterize this driving as careless or possibly even reckless, but it's not intentional murder. And that's the key to the case for the prosecution.
Investigators asked Dr. Patel if he was depressed prior to the accident. He responds, he just felt down because times were bad in the world, the war and the drugs. And when asked if suicidal, he said, you know, not like a plan usually.
It's certainly possible that someone may, in the moment, have an impulse that they act on, and then next thing you know, they're over the cliff. This whole notion of impulse aggression is not uncommon. And when you have a weapon in front of you, like a gun, or you have a car that's over near a cliff, you know, a lot of damage can happen very quickly.
Prosecutors contend witness statements, still to be released surveillance video from the Lantos Tunnel, and the words of Patel's wife all paint a picture of attempted murder.
And we think among all those matters that the case is there.
Dr. Patel is due back in court here in Redwood City on the 12th of June. He is being held on no bail, but that could be revisited as he attends his preliminary hearing. We're live outside the courthouse here in Redwood City. Jesse Gary, KTVU, Fox 2 News. We'll head back to you in Oakland.
Yeah, Jesse, when you see pictures of that car, it's amazing they all survived. Thank you.